this Mosaic training video, I'm going to go through the steps if you are file sharing your software with additional seats or even with one seat, and you want to download a newer version of Mosaic, but you would like to retain an original copy of your version before you update. If we go to the Help menu, About, you can see I'm on version 12.3.4. I'm going to update my software to version 13.0.4. But first, let's look at a couple things. Let's go to the File menu, Preferences, and then let's go down to File Location. As you can see, I'm sharing all of my files with a Dropbox location in a folder called Mosaic Share. What we need to do here is we need to make a copy of our Mosaic shared file as well as a original copy of the Mosaic folder before we update. Let's go ahead and close out Mosaic, and I'm going to select the File Explorer at the bottom of my screen on my taskbar. I'm going to go to the C drive. You can see there's where my Mosaic folder resides. You can either select the copy button at the very top, or you can right click and make a copy of this folder. You do want to paste the folder in here, and that way we maintain an original copy. One thing about Mosaic will only update and work when the folder is spelled Mosaic by itself. Now that we have a copy of the software, you can see it down here at the bottom. I'm just going to back out one and then go back into it. You can see now they're right up underneath each other. So let's go ahead and rename the Mosaic-copy. If I go up to my rename up here, I want to give this today's date. I'm going to call this 7/2/24, so I know the date of my backup. I'm going to give it a couple spaces, and I'm going to put the version number on there, 12.3.4. That way I have this. Now I've got my 12.3.4 here, and I've got my backup version of the same software. So let's go over here into the Dropbox folder, and let's select the Mosaic shared folder. And I'm going to go ahead and make a copy of the Mosaic shared folder. And let's go ahead and paste this next. Now that I have my Mosaic shared folder copy here, and I still have my original, you can see that the shared copy does not have the green check marks at the bottom of the folder, like the one that says Mosaic shared. So it is not synced up properly as of yet. Let's go ahead and just keep this as our copied version name. What we're going to do now is go to our Downloads folder and run our execution file. So we are going to run the update execution file for 13.0.4. Once you agree to the terms and conditions, you do need to review those and agree to them. Select Next, and Next one more time, and let the updater install the newer version of the software. Now that the installation is successful, and you will get this notification, of course, you will need to do this on all of your versions of Mosaic that you are sharing the files to. You can now go to your C drive, and let's go ahead and double click on Mosaic. I'm going to double click on the execution file so we can open up the software. You can see my software is now updated to 13.0.4. Once Mosaic does open up, we will need to repoint those file locations to the shared copy of the Dropbox. So I'm going to go to File, Preferences, File Locations, and this is pointing to my original Dropbox location. If I select Browse now and go into Dropbox, I'm going to go into the Dropbox shared copy this time, and we're going to select all of the proper locations for this particular file sharing. Let's select Jobs. Next is Product Libraries. Remember, I'm going into my file Mosaic shared copy. insert libraries, images, and last but not least, the textures. Shared copy. So I'm changing my location of these actual Dropbox file. So you can see I'm going into the Mosaic shared dash copy version of Dropbox. Now what we will have to do is shut down Mosaic, and once we open it back up, it will now be synced and you'll be updated with a copy of it. If you go to your Dropbox, you don't want to do this until you get the green check box on your folder so you know that you are synced up. For any reason, if you have any issues with the update, you can come back in here and rename the Mosaic folder to your updated version. Rename your copied folder back to your original Mosaic folder name. Open it up, and then you are pointing towards the correct Dropbox location, and you are back to your original version before you updated. Remember, you will need to do this on all computers that you are file sharing